Well, welcome once again to Then Sings My Soul. My name's David Jordan,
I'm Damaris Jordan.
and we have got a song today that has been used a lot in churches as an invitation song. And the title of the song is Have Thine Own Way, Lord.
I love that song.
Yes, me too. Because that should be our prayers. Lord, have your way with us. But it's got an interesting history, as a lot of these old songs do. And the song, the hymn was inspired in 1902 by a simple prayer of an elderly woman at a prayer meeting. It really doesn't matter what you do with us, Lord. Just have your way with our lives. And that's what the lady said. But the author of the song was named Adelaide, is that right?
Yes.
Adelaide A. Pollard, from 1862 to 1934, and she was born in Iowa. Following her education in elocution, I had no idea what that meant, so I had to look it up. Elocution is the skill of clear and expressive speech, especially of distinct pronunciation and articulation, and that's kind of what I have.
Oh, really? Yes, you do.
Elocution. And physical culture. Physical culture is a health and strength training movement that originated during the 19th century in Germany, the UK, and the US. She moved to Chicago, where she became a teacher in girls' schools. In addition, she developed a fine reputation as an itinerant Bible study teacher. Later, she worked with two evangelists, one who developed a healing ministry, and the other who focused on the imminent return of Christ. Pollard had a strong desire to be a missionary in Africa. And of course, we find out sometimes our desires don't get fulfilled.
I know, that's right.
That turned out to be her situation. It says that when this plan was not fulfilled, she taught at a missionary training school at Nyack on the Hudson. That sounds like English. Barra on Humber was the river your mom grew up on, wasn't it, in England? So it kind of sounds like an English thing. She finally made it to Africa for a brief period before World War I, but she spent the war years in Scotland. After returning to the United States, she continued her ministry even though she was in poor health. Have Thine Own Way, Lord was composed during a time when Miss Pollard was trying to raise funds to make a trip to Africa. That was her dream, to be a missionary in Africa. Her unsuccessful attempt to do this left her experiencing a distress of soul. You ever been there before?
I've been there.
Have a
It's
distress
it's
of soul.
almost like you could call it a wounded spirit in a sense.
Yeah.
You
That
you
makes
get
sense.
you want your life to go in a certain direction to what you think is the right way to serve the Lord.
Yeah.
And so it's a spiritual journey
Yeah.
that you're really looking at.
That's right.
And then when something interferes with that, you become wounded in that spirit destination.
Yeah.
And so I think this is what she felt.
Yeah, and the whole time God uses that
Oh yes.
to build you and build your character.
That's right. And change your direction.
That's right. This crisis of the soul and the simple prayer of an elderly lady provided a setting for personal reflection on the will of God in her life. After the prayer meeting, she returned home and wrote the hymn as we sing it today. The text with its tune Adelaide, which was her
Her
name,
name.
was included in the Northfield hymnal with Alexander's Supplement, 1907. Two changes were made for the United Methodist hymnal. This was interesting to me. In stanza 2, Master was changed to Savior, and Whiter Than Snow was changed to Wash Me Just Now. This change offers insight into the process of editing a hymnal. Well, it kind of stirred up a little confusion there when they tried to change the words. The Reverend Carlton R. Young, editor of the United Methodist Hymnal, noted in his Compassion to the United Methodist Companion to the United Methodist Hymnal, the Hymnal Revision Committee debate on the latter change was intense and sustained. The change of the words wash, whiter than snow, changed to wash me just now. They debated over this. Those proposing the change stated that one does not need to be white, a North European or Anglo-Caucasian, to be perceived as spiritually pure and socially acceptable. An African American member said, "You can wash me as much as you wish, but after you finished, I'll be just as black," which is beautiful.
Of course, what they were looking at was they were looking at the outward appearance.
That's right, not
rather
the heart.
than, yes,
That's
rather
right.
than.
That's right. Those who wished to retain the original argued that the reference to washing was not the pigmentation of the human skin, what you just said, but to the soul, as in Psalm 51:7. "Purge me with hyssop, and I shall be clean. Wash me, and I shall be whiter than snow." The third stanza perhaps is autobiographical. That's a long word. That goes back to that elocution that I have. Reflecting the struggle of Miss Pollard to discern God's will for her life. Wounded and weary, help me, I pray. This stanza also summons the power of Christ to touch me and heal me. The final stanza invokes the Spirit to fill the singer, till all shall see Christ only, always living in me. And it's a great song.
It is.
Now let's sing. It's 3 verses here, but there's really not a chorus to it. Sometimes you'll see songs that way that doesn't have a chorus.
Yeah.
Have thine own way, Lord. Have thine own way. Thou art the potter. I am the clay. Mold me and make me after thy will, while I am waiting, yielded and still. Let's do the last.
All right.
Have thine own way, Lord. Have thine own way. Hold o'er my being absolute sway. Filled with thy Spirit, till all shall see Christ only, always living in me. And what a powerful song. And I got the word wrong. My wife said it right.
It's okay.
It's a good song. Well, she used to kid me all the time that if we messed up, everybody looked at her like she messed up.
Oh, yeah. I mean, David was...
There's no way David could have done that.
was just the greatest, you know.
But isn't this a great song? And that's what we should... That's what we should proclaim in our own lives.
Yes.
Have thine own way, Lord.
Yes.
Help me get out of the way and have your way in my life. Well, we hope you have enjoyed this song and hope it has blessed your heart. And until next time,
Yes.
we can't wait to do another one. But we hope you've enjoyed. Good evening. Goodbye.